going on, guys? Winner Kills here. We are back with another deck profile video. I'm here with my man Kevin, who ended up doing what at the Niagara Falls Regionals?
I got 7th at the Niagara Falls Regionals.
Playing what?
Playing Mannadium.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. So before we get into the profile, any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out obviously the man behind the camera, Winner Kills. Always taking care of the locals. Actually like to shout out OTS at Joe's, always providing the goo and always like supporting each other. Those are my boys.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, the shop that I play at, Heart of the Games.
Hell yeah, all right, let's get into the list.
Yeah, absolutely. So the list itself is pretty like standardized. So we're playing 3 Mannadium Reamheart. That's the searcher of the deck. Obviously, you play 3 of it. I play only 3 Meek. Some people play like a Torrid, but I've never noticed recently that since I've been playing it that like the Torrid ever comes up. You only ever cycle Meek probably like that's it. That's the only one that you really cycle. And that's the only one that really matters because it's modulating the levels. We also play 3 Visa Starfrost, probably the hardest soul of the deck. We play 3 Peaceful Planet Calarium. This is a searcher field spell. This searches you any of the Mannadium monsters or Visas. And also it helps reborning back your Meeks. So this card's like really, really good. We only play 2 Abscission because 3 is kind of cloggy, but you want to play 2 at least because then you can open it. If you open it, you can just like search for imagining or like reframing. If not, like you can just search it off of Rhymeheart, so like, it doesn't really matter. So just 2 is fine. And then obviously the 2 other cards, Imagining and Reframing. This is the Omni Negate, negates activation, also helps you shuffle back your balls, and also triggers one of my extra deck monsters as well, so this one's like really nice. This one is just the draw 2, put 1 back, so it also does help also when you banish it to modulate a monster just to make it a tuner. Okay. So this card comes in clutch sometimes. But you just use it for the draw effect. Then this also Supplementary Engine, 1 Race Sloth, and then the triple Fenrir's, and then the 1 Scare Called Cash. This card was absurd this weekend, to be honest.
Best card in Yu-Gi-Oh, man.
It probably is the best card in the Yu-Gi-Oh right now. I opened up 2, I special summoned it, and my like 7th round opponent, I special summoned it. He immediately 6th round opponent, he immediately got rid of it, and I just summoned another one. He's like, oh, I just wasted it. I'm like,
right.
yeah. So yeah, only reason why we play the Scare Claw Clash is just so you can banish this on the field and then gets you into your Scare Claw engine as well.
Okay.
And obviously we play 2 Reichphobia. I think this is a mandatory 2 of as well. And then the 3 Reich cards. So initially when I first started playing, I was only playing 2, but I feel like I wanted to be more, have more consistency, and 3 is just better because you can normal summon this, and then if they try to like target it with Imperm or something like that, you can just chain this, pop it, and then you obviously get all like your both searches. So I feel like you have to play this at 3 at least, because this also plays around draw slightly. 2 of the Arrivals. Yeah, this card's like really, really good. It's Monster Reborn, not once per turn
right?
either.
Yeah.
And also it's a Bailing's effect. Yeah, it's a Link monster. You can banish it and save it. So this comes up sometimes. And then Terraforming and Reinforcements. Just to search basically all the rest of your deck. Now for my non-engine, I play Triple Droplets. This card like is actually absurd this since like a Rise Heart is gone. Because you can like, you don't really care because you can literally chain it, send to like Starfrost, and then like the right card or the Rhymeheart one, and then that literally just gets your Vicious Astrolabe in rotation.
Yep.
There was actually one match, I think round 6, I was gonna lose the match because like I bricked game 3, but I just did Droplets, sent my Abscission, and then next turn I started playing. So
nice.
I'll get in more detail with that one. That was like really, really good match. Shout out to that guy. 2 talents. Just because if you get drolled, you can rip a card and like you can also add an Appaloosa and then Battle Immune Vicious, so this is still not bad. 2 Econs. This is more of a call against the like Tier and Unchain, because if they can try stealing your, with a big blue dog, they can try stealing it, you just chain it, and you steal their Caesar or steal their like their blue dog. So this card was like, really, really good. It was actually very, really clutch this past other weekend. And then 3 Book of Moon. I still respect Pearly as a deck, so even though some people are like starting to say that Pearly is like, it's still part of the meta, but the thing is like you still have to respect it because you don't want to just randomly lose game 1 to it.
Yeah.
Obviously if you play Underworld Goddess, like it doesn't really matter as much, but I think you still have to play an out to it game 1s anyways if you lose that roll.
Yeah, that's better.
So that was the main deck.
How many cards?
That was 40 cards.
40 cards?
Yep.
Right, let's do the extra.
All right. Obviously we play the 2 Vicious. This is part of the combo. I kind of want to play 3 because turn 1 you go through both of them, going through your combo line. So in the future, I don't think, to be honest with you, like I would love to fit another one if the extra deck was like bigger.
Yeah.
But the problem is like it's so tight, and also with the new card, like you can't afford any extra deck space. So I think two is like fine for now. The one Emitara, this one is really cool. You can use like a Visas and a ball, and they're both tuners, and you still make this. This card just searches any card that mentions Visas in his name, and also is Visas on field. So you can like banish this, like Reinhardt, and still make Astronaut, or use this to make a Scareclaw. So it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Dispatter, part of the combo line. It just helps you also like get your engine back. Post your first turn if you have not already like won. One Crimson Dragon. This is part of the combo. This is if you have to like go through like Barone. Crimson Dragon also then ties it into making like Dispatter with this.
Okay.
If you don't hard make it with Excel Synchron. So I also play like one Barone. Speaking of Excel, I play one Excel. And then this is the card I was mentioning. I also play Ching Ying. This is like helps steal your game sometimes with like banishing the reframing or the imagining to make it something a tuner. So then it triggers Ching Ying. Because after turn 1, you can't really trigger this. Can't trigger this with this anymore since you used them both already. So yeah, to be honest with you, I think this is probably the weakest card in my extra deck this that past weekend. It really didn't do too much, and the only time I ever made it, it was like I was already winning the game. So like. It was okay. I don't think there was anything that great with it. I might change it. That card will eventually be cut for the new card.
Okay, yeah.
This card is absurd in this deck. I played one Access Code. I stole like 3 games with Access Code and Vicious for game. It was hilarious. Some people like would debury me, and I was like, okay, that's fine. Make Unicorn this, you die.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, one Access Code. I played the one Unicorn. And then also I played Dark. Dark was strictly like, it was like a kind of like a meta call. Also like I saw someone else playing it as well. Because like Tier is in the format now, and also Unchained, and they're both Darks. So you can steal their like Kaleido Heart, you can steal their like Unchained of Rage, I think it is. The one that like is 3k, pops a card, you discard a card.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
like
yeah.
it helps with like you take it, use this, and then if you have a ball, you make like Unicorn, and then just make Access Code and like use their monsters to kill them.
Yeah.
So it does help with making sure that you have enough damage.
Okay.
So this card was really, really good. Obviously the Cross Sheep, part of the combo line, and then one Appaloosa, also end board as well, and then 2 of the Airclaw Light Hearts. I think 2 is like mandatory because you can like sometimes go get a follow-up, and also for like the pitch of the Unicorn, you can summon it if you have a Visa, summon it back from the graveyard, and then just link it off into another one, and then that gives you the discard fodder for the Unicorn as well. So that also was kind of important. So that was the extra.
Alright, side deck.
Side deck. I play 3 Droll. Very nice card. Won my game 2. Round 2. That was really, really, really good. Didn't do anything for me last game against Hanko, unfortunately.
Yeah,
because he drew the Call by the Graveyard. That was amazing.
Must be nice.
One Change of Heart, 1 Herald of the Abyss, just for a Pearly out.
Yep.
Obviously, I'm playing all these 1-0s because like I'm also playing like Thrust as well,
Yeah.
just to clarify.
The thrust.
The Thrust card is absurd. Card is absurd, but that weekend I rarely ever sided in where the point where I really needed this card. I never felt like to be honest with you, I wish I played something else instead of Thrust. Like I wish I just played like more evenly, just so like I drew it. Thrust was like okay. I got anti-spell once, but like it wasn't that great. Like,
Yeah, okay.
The card was like okay. It's a great card, don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
it wasn't like great in this deck. I played the 1 evenly for the Thrust, and then 2 LS, and then the 1 Duster. That was it. And then what I decided to play there was a list. So this list is pretty much similar to the one that top 32 at YCS Dormant. Shout out to that guy. I don't know his name, but he was playing XYZ Encore. But I was talking to to Ashton, in our chat, and he was playing this card instead. So this is Spellbound. Yeah, that card was like very, very good because XYZ Encore only covers technically it only covered like the Rise Heart matchup and also covered Pearly, right? But this card covers Pearly, it covers Flunderies, it covers Chimera, and also covers like Branded. So it has a wider it has a wider coverage, and it's just like better in most situations because like you can set it against Flunderies and they go like Rabina, Eagle, and then they search, and on Eagle and you just chain the spell bomb. That means they have to actually have like another 2 birds, or they have to sack their end pen to summon another end pen or something like that. So like it makes them go super neg and keeps the little birds on field. So I think Spellbound was like crazy. It did win me a game against round 3.
Nice.
So that was the extra deck.
Yeah, matchups real quick.
Yeah. So round 1 I played against Rika. The dude won dice roll. He just made like the Dryas, I think it was, and set 3 cards and pass.
Real?
Yeah, it was crazy. He bricked really bad.
Sounds like it.
And all 3 cards he set was in perm. And I literally just played through everything, made access code, killed him. Then that was like game 2, he won, made his whole board. Game 3, I made my board, he couldn't break it, and he just that was it for that one. Round 2, I played a Mannadium mirror match, but he was playing Calamity's lock. So game 1, he just like made his lock. I knew I was gonna lose that round, so I just kind of like want to watch like how he was gonna play
Watch
it.
the whole combo out.
Yeah, because I didn't know if he was playing Calamities or just playing like this version where you just like you kind of like let them still play, but not really because like you play so many negates anyways. So he's playing Calamity locks. I didn't reveal what I was playing. I scooped. He sided incorrectly, and I made my board. And then game 3, I drolled him. He passed. I killed him. And then round 3, I played against a good friend of ours, Ryan App from Syracuse. Yeah, he's playing Branded, and I think I won dice roll, and I made my board. He couldn't break it, and then game 2 he played. I couldn't break it, and game 3. I made my board. I was like kind of laughing because I was like, oh, what if you play Super Poly? Because like Appaloosa and the Baron just automatically just died to Super Poly. So I was like, I left the cross sheep up, and he just kind of like laughed a little bit, and then he had Super Poly.
Wow, nice.
But he did break my board. He ended up with just having Quem, Blazing Cartesia, and Fallen Elbaz, and passed it back to me, and I top decked Spellbound. And I just like, that was it from there. Round 4, I played against Unchained. I won dice roll. I killed him. And then he wanted to go first. He bricked. He drew like thrust, and nothing else.
Wow.
And I didn't play any like useful hand traps. I just played like board breakers. So he did set 1 card. It was D barrier, and I played through D barrier and just killed him.
Love to see it.
And then round 5, I played against another Unchained player. We drew, unfortunately, with time call. I probably should have scooped game 2. I really wasn't in a winning position, but I just like decided to like play it out, and then time was called and I drew for that one. Round 6, I played against Unchained Live Twin. That was crazy. I think I won dice roll. I did. I made my board. He couldn't break it. And then game 2, he made his board. I tried playing through it. That was the one where like special summon Fenrir. He sucked it up. I summoned Fenrir. He like, okay, that's great. And I couldn't play his board, unfortunately. It was like too strong. Because you can like summon back like with the Yama, summon back like the big Link 4, and then tag it out, summon like 2 of the small ones. So I couldn't beat him. And then game 3, I bricked. I drew Econ, Obsidian, and Obsidian, and Droplets. I just had Droplets and I passed. And they started playing, and he made the mistake of adding the red dog instead of adding like a Rakea or anything, or a Ruha or anything else. And he ended up just like going battle phase and doing like exactly 7,800 damage, because if he didn't search the blue dog, he could have popped it with spell with like a Rakea, popped it, summoned it, and then killed me for game. So he passed it back to me, and then I just killed him. Like I literally had like the Econ, stole his stuff. Maybe it was like Econ Book of Moon or something else, but I just made like access code and killed him. And then round 7, I played against Tyr. That was a 2-1 match as well. I won dice roll, made my board. He couldn't break it. Then he made like like the tier board, typical tier board with window, like the Dark World stuff, and like the Reinhardt. And I couldn't break it. Then I scooped, went to game 3, made my board. He actually was able to like do like tier cash and then Haviness. He ended up like making like the Kaleido Heart, and then I think Haviness on field. So like, okay, that's fine. my hand was like talents. It was like cracked, like talents, econ, everything.
Yeah.
So I basically just like let him do that. Then I made my board, used my Baron to pop his like Kaleido, and then he activated the fact that I negated with Baron, and I'm not Baron, negated with Appaloosa, and then I talents to rip the card. And his hand was like really subpar, and after that like he passed, and then I made Dark, took his Kaleido, and then like he's like, yeah, that was it. And then obviously my last one I played against Hanko, there was a Flunder East player. I won dice roll. Unfortunately, I lost that game. He opened up Duster double evenly. That was crazy.
Yeah.
And then game 2, I went first. I made like a really subpar board with like reframing and I think Appaloosa maybe. Unfortunately, he bricked, so he just scooped. And then game 3, I drolled him. He called by me, and that was it.
Yeah.
But that was it.
The call by, man.
Yeah, the one-off is crazy.
What are you gonna do? Yeah. Well, congratulations on your run. 7th place ain't bad. And you think you're gonna continue to play the deck going forward in Age of Overlord format, or?
I think so. I think this deck is like really strong, especially with like the new Synchro 6 that just came out. But I have to test it a little bit more and see if I like it or not. I think also like good contender for this format is like Rescue Ace, and also with the Diabola stuff, and then also like Unchained is still like a really good deck. So like I might move on from this deck. I think this deck is like still very good in terms of what it does. But like having this lose to like one card is like it kind of sucks.
Yeah, for sure.
But I have to see, but I'm pretty happy with the deck.
All right, cool. Well, thank you for the profile, man, and congrats again on your 7th place outing. So yeah.
Thank you.
That's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, and as always, when to kill, sign out. We'll see you in the next one. And like always, a big thank you goes to our current Divine level channel members who are Misfit, H8, Cyber, Cadillacs, Pony Stark, and Green. Thank you guys so much as always for your very kind and extremely generous support of the channel.